Once a boy wanted to become very successful. He was really ambitious and hardworking. He decided to start a business and made arrangements for starting his business. So he bought assets and started his first day as a businessman. Something strange took place as the boy was a fresher. He had no experience of his work. He took help from his uncle. The business of selling sweets was on profit. They made a lot of money and opened few branches to expand their business. It was very healthy and making huge profits. It was astonishing to know how this fresher became a millionaire in few months. His uncle was the main support for him because he was an experienced businessman. His name was Abdullah and he was very kind and nice man. He also fulfilled his prayers and had a pure heart. Allah was pleased with Abdullah. This made him very successful. His nephew trusted him and made him the CEO of his company. Abdullah's son was not a good person as he had bad relations with his father. He was Arif, the elder-most son of Abdullah. He just wanted to spend his father's money in wrong ways like drinking and smoking. He wanted luxury cars and SUVs. This weakened the trust of his father on him and their relation was in a bad situation. As the son of Abdullah was not getting what he wanted, he started to do things like irritating his father, asking for money, revenge on his father. And his main target was to destroy his father's reputation in the society. So he started to plan. Firstly, he went to his home and took his all things and fled to his friend's house. Abdullah's nephew trusted him as his father because he loved his nephew very much. Arif's plan was to break the trust among uncle and his nephew so that he can take place of his father and become the CEO of the company. He started to work in their company by hiding his identity. He overtook all employees by his good performance and got an opportunity to become a senior official of the company. Arif started to plan against his father. First thing in his plan was to destroy his father's reputation in the society. For this he circulated rumors that Abdullah is a gambler and he uses drugs. This rumor was spreading like fire in the society and people started isolating Abdullah from the society as if he had a bad character. Abdullah was very sad due to this and depression grew in his mind. He was unable to focus on his work. His work got disturbed and company was sinking as profits were getting deducted day by day. His nephew had no choice to change the CEO. Arif was the best nominee for getting the post of CEO. Here you will think the nephew is greedy, but he wants to give rest to his uncle for exhausting hard work of him. He also found who this disguised man is. He went for his plan to support his uncle but in sly. The name of Arif's cousin was Saad. Saad was making plans to support his uncle. First he gave Arif the toughest jobs to complete. Arif's mind got frustrated and he was nearly in a position to quit. But his hate for his father was on peak so he resisted. But his tasks were incomplete or had many weaknesses. As per plan of Saad, he threatened him to fire him out of his job. Arif grew pale and promised to work harder. Saad left him at that time, but he was waiting for the best time to come. The favorable situation was a few steps away. Abdullah once met Saad and discovered that Arif was planning to become a great CEO and led the company to earn millions. Allah was not in favor of Arif and his vanquishing started. Firstly, his health got affected very severely and his all earnings drained out for his healthcare. Arif got depressed and decided to take break from his job because he was not in a condition to work. He got nightmares of his father complaining about his misbehavior. He was disturbed throughout his break and went back to work in 3 months. As he joined the work, he thought that things will run smooth and he will be rewarded for his work. He had no money left and his cousin fired him because Saad had to revenge for his uncle's disrespect. He had no reason to fire him. He gave his uncle assurance that he would take revenge for him. But his uncle became emotional and told him that we shall forgive him last time. Saad agreed because he thought that why should I break this bond between son and father? Saad remained idle and did nothing. He left everything to his almighty Lord. Arif was in a happy mood because he was left behind without firing him. He didn't know that his father still wishes him to get back on track. Abdullah was emotionally disappointed by his son and he was sitting near a river bank and thinking alone what to do. Sorry father. A sound came from his back and he was totally shocked. He turned and saw Arif. Tears in his eyes and emotionally damaged. Abdullah at once hugged his son and forgave him. Saad was watching all this and he was really happy because he was the guy who motivated Arif to be better from that day when he was made the CEO of the company. This was planned by Saad and Abdullah's wife so that the relations of Abdullah and Arif get strong. So this was it with this story.